Good morning everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good because it's good to feel good. And I just did that same trick I did a few years ago with my suitcase, coincidentally leaving Croatia. Speaking of which, today we're actually flying home from Croatia, from Split, and it's been an absolutely amazing trip. Now, just tired, I'm really tired right now. I mean, I've had a few good few hours sleep, but I gave in to temptation and not going out because I didn't want to repeat what happened to me in Croatia a few years ago. So we're heading home and it's been an absolutely amazing trip. Daisy, have you enjoyed the trip?
Yeah, so sad to leave.
Yeah, so yeah, it's lovely stuff. But anyway, we're heading to our airport cab now. We'll be at the airport shortly and then we'll be ready to head on our separate ways and go back home. Oh, if only. Maybe next time. Okay, so I've had to abruptly leave Daisy. I'm just sweating my face off right now. You're welcome. But yeah, I've had to abruptly leave Daisy because just as we were about to enter through ourselves, basically this elderly woman and her husband came in to say that they hadn't filled out their passenger locator forms, and obviously one of the essential requirements for re-entering the United Kingdom is that you have to have it completed, and you can only do it before 40 hours before you fly. So yeah, so I've had to leave her to do that, and it's a good thing that that elderly couple's not on my flight because I really think they would have made it, but they're on the flight to Bristol an hour after mine, so that's all right, I guess. I have some time to do that, and then Daisy is actually flying on a separate flight, so it's a good thing that she's not on my flight as well. Otherwise, we would have been rushing around to try and get it done. But yeah, I've had to go on through alone, and then my flight's in just an hour's time, and then I'll see you on the flight. Right, this is the last time I get a nice bit of warm Croatian air, or even like just nice warm air for the rest of the year, I think, because you go back to England and it's always cold. Well, not always cold, but this time of year it's going to be cold. So yeah, I'm gonna miss this nice warm weather, and hopefully at some point next year I'll be going to somewhere nice and warm once again. Okay, so we're at that point again, and like, now that we're on the flight, now that I'm sat in my seat, it now makes me think, you know, this has been the end of a great trip, and you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, this opens up the door for doing more travelling again, because as I've said already, I've missed doing this, and I look forward to, you know, getting out and about again. As I might have said already, I intend to make up for last year and not doing any travelling whatsoever, apart from that trip which I went on to Japan, but the idea is to do a bit more travelling next year, so fingers crossed for that. Anyway, nearly time to fly, and I'll see you back at Gatwick. How apropos is this? Getting off the plane from a nice warm country and returning to a country where it's just predictably miserable. Ah! Why does it always happen? Anyway, I also caught up with Daisy, just managed to call her. She's just about aboard a flight from Split back to Manchester. And I was able to catch up with her and find out what happened with that elderly couple. They just in the nick of time managed to fill out their passenger locator forms, which is crazy. But hopefully they'll learn for future reference to make sure those are done before flying, because as I say, if you don't fill those out, you're unfortunately not going to be able to fly, but it's at least had a positive outcome, so that's all good. Anyway, what's happening now is I'm going to head through, go for passport control, pick my bag up and start heading home. And I'm timing it as well, just to see how long it takes, because I've heard, like, you know, fluctuating stories of how long it takes people to get through. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so I've just made it through arrivals. That took me no less than 20 minutes, which I'm quite surprised about. And I know that we're doing and I saw that we're doing like random spot checks and everything, like, you know, for certain people and that, to make sure they had completed their passenger locator forms. Anyway, I'm about to head to the train station on the South Terminal. It feels so weird being back here, because literally it was just a few days ago where I was starting my travels here. But now it makes you think, oh, I'd love to do some more. Book another bit of travelling as well. Okay, so I've just made it to St Pancras International. I'm just about to hop over to King's Cross, and I've got a bit of a dilemma. So when I initially booked these train tickets, I booked it with the intention of, you know, leaving myself plenty of time to, you know, get through arrivals at Gatwick Airport, get a train up here, and then just get a train over from King's Cross. But as I say, my dilemma is, it took me 20 minutes to get through Gatwick Airport, as I mentioned earlier, or less than, just about. But managed to get a train here now. It's just gone 1 o'clock and I've got 2 hours to kill. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get like an earlier train, because I don't want to be sat in King's Cross for 2 hours, if you ask me. So unfortunately I couldn't change my train time to an earlier train, because it was going to cost a bit extra to do it, and I didn't feel up for doing it personally. So yeah, I've got less than 2 hours to kill here in King's Cross. I think I'm going to go get some food, because that would be ideal, and then I'm just going to sit around until the time comes to get my train. Okay, so made it back to King's Cross. Got myself something from Five Guys, of course, and I got a milkshake as well, because it brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right, it's better than yours. But yeah, no, it's about, what, 20 minutes until I can board my train, which departs 3 o'clock, so I've done quite alright. I thought, you know what, this was going to drag for a bit, but it's done quite nicely, so nearly there, and we can nearly get on the train. I don't think I've ever been more happy to get on a train in my life. It's right over there, and I feel quite happy right now. Let's go home. So I'm just sat on the train right now, and one thing that I'm really looking forward to, and I know you're probably watching this right now, or like, you know, this is already out, but I'm yet to, like, you know, see any of this footage. I mean, I know what I've recorded because I was there and I saw all sorts of stuff, but I've yet to, like, put anything on my laptop. And, you know, I think when I get home, I think the idea is, you know, you're gonna start editing and, you know, getting stuff done. And also another thing to think about is that it's been a month since I lost
this rucksack the last time I was in London, and I remember the last time I was heading back from London, obviously I didn't have a rucksack on me, so it's nice to have this back. And it's still crazy to think, you know, especially what happened was where I thought it was basically lost forever, but it was still there, intact. And you know, someone, you know, was you know, honest enough to, you know, hand it over to TfL and, you know, send it back to me, and it's crazy. But I'm honestly so happy that, you know, I was, you know, reunited with it before I went away, and that's always good. Okay, so I've arrived at York. I was actually supposed to get off at Darlington, but if anything, my parents just so happened to be in York today, so they've come down here to pick me up, and so after that we're going to drive home, so that's nice.
Hello, I missed you. I've missed you. Sorry. Hey, come here. Come here. Oh. Come here. Come here. Oh, bless you, Dory. Okay, so I've just sat down. I'm absolutely shattered. But do you know what? I've had an amazing time away in Croatia. Not just me, but Daisy as well. And now I'm starting to have like really serious withdrawals because this trip's just been amazing. And I mean, yeah, I know I'm starting to cry a little bit now because, you know, everything that happened the other day, but I've really enjoyed this trip, and you know, the fact that it's been so long since I've done any travelling whatsoever just makes it all the more satisfying. So just being able to get out and enjoy myself and, you know, have a great time. Why the hell am I getting emotional about this? But it really has been a great time, and you know, I really enjoyed Croatia and all sorts. And yeah, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna take it easy now. I've got a few days to kind of like, you know, get myself back up and ready before I start, you know, working again, and you know, potentially working towards the next bit of travelling, because that's kind of how the cycle was before the pandemic started. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, you know, getting knuckling down and working again, and eventually saving up to go travelling again. So I think that's one thing I look forward to over the next year, is just being able to do stuff that I've not been able to do in the last year. So I'm looking forward to it, and as I say, it's been an amazing trip, but I look forward to just, you know, looking back at all this footage and, you know, editing it all up. And you know, as I said earlier, you're watching this, but I've already uploaded it, so yeah, it's good stuff. But I've enjoyed myself. I just want to shout out all the amazing people that I've met on this trip, like just by chance, and you know, we've gotten connected and all sorts, and you know, just having a good time from there, and hopefully we might, you know, connect in the future or whatever. But yeah, I've had a great time. I'm tired, as you can probably tell, and that's why I just had a little tear in my eye, but just, it's been great, and I've enjoyed myself. So I think I'm gonna have an easy night tonight. Might go to sleep early and just, you know, wake up feeling refreshed and all that tomorrow, so that would be lovely. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off here, but as always, I will leave you with some advice, and that is always to enjoy yourself, stay safe, and make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. Thank you for watching, and peace.